Hey Jace, where you been? Well, I've been busy converting this to this, but this isn't even really done yet. We got some work to do, but tech news keeps rolling on, so let's do the same. So let's start off with the Galaxy Note 8, specifically the battery. And you may be thinking, Sammy, what's going on with the diminutive size? Well, many people thought that too, and they asked the Samsung Mobile chief, Ko Dong-jin, otherwise known as DJ Ko. And here's what he said, quote, "There are some reasons why we can reduce the battery capacity. One of them is the 10 nanometer processor that has enhanced the phone's battery efficiency by 30%. Users can also adjust their battery use based on their smartphone use-based patterns, which increases battery efficiency overall. Now I can guarantee battery safety. The phone will maintain more than 95% of battery capacity even after 2 years of use." So do you like that explanation? Does that allay your fears regarding the battery size or safety? Well, DJ Ko thinks it does, and he thinks a lot of you are going to buy it. As for how many units of the Galaxy Note 8 Ko expects Samsung to sell, he said, and I quote, "The Note 5 sold 11 million units. I think the Note 8 will sell more than that. But the shipments could be adjusted because we still want to sell more Galaxy S8 phones." The investor states that Samsung aims to sell 48 million units of the S8 and S8 Plus combined. So that's good news for Samsung and the head of mobile, but there is some bad news for the acting boss of Samsung, or shall I say the underboss. Samsung's acting chief, Lee Jae-yong, the man directing Samsung in the absence of his ill father, Lee Kong-hee, has been found guilty of bribery, perjury, embezzlement, and other charges after a 6-month trial. Lee, who denied the charges, is now facing 5 years in prison, though prosecutors were seeking a 12-year sentence. Lee Jae-yong's arrest arrived early in February amid a number of corruption stories arriving from South Korea, including charges against former President Park, who is also on trial. Lee was accused of bribing President Park in return for her support for a controversial merger between Samsung affiliates, something which is said to have helped Lee solidify his position at the top of Samsung. And good news for you Pixel fans out there, the Pixel 2 is expected to launch October 5th. The next generation of Google handsets may arrive on October 5th, according to Evan Blass. If Evan is right, and he usually is, the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL will be introduced almost exactly a year after the original Pixels. The two new phones, manufactured by HTC and LG, will share most specifications, including their processor and the Snapdragon 836. Other likely specs include a 5-inch display for the Pixel 2 and a 6-inch display for the Pixel 2 XL. OLED screens, 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of storage, always-on displays, and squeezable frames, a feature borrowed from HTC's U11 flagship. Good news for us Star Wars fans out there, they are bringing us an augmented reality treasure hunt. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi is hitting theaters this December. Ahead of its release date, Disney and Lucasfilms are holding a global event to celebrate the launch of its merchandise this week.
It's a wrap!
The event is known as Force Friday 2. It follows the original Force Friday event that Disney rolled out prior to the release of The Force Awakens in 2015, and will launch on September 1st. Appearing alongside will be a global AR experience known as, quote, Find the Force. We got all that from Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilms, who is presently sitting on top of her Death Star of money. Now, my audience is smart. So smart that sometimes you're inspired by a business idea, and then you try and get the name of that business in a domain name. And your next prospective customer is searching your business name, and they assume you have the .com. And if you don't, you're giving your business away to the one who does. That's the power of a .com. Now, why is that exactly? Well, no domain name extension tells your story with the same degree of trust as a .com or .net domain name. .com and .net domain name extensions inject credibility into your online presence. And who doesn't want to be credible? And don't forget, you get 15% off when you use our coupon code ANDROID. When you think domain names, think domain.com. Hey guys, I need your help, specifically on what to put on those shelves back there in my backdrop. That's not a green screen, that's a real thing. This is a lot more complicated than it looks. There's new mics and lights and a whole bunch of stuff going on. But I need something on those shelves that is Android related, tech related, and something with a nice personal spin on it. You know, something that screams Jace. Lon's got the whole Iron Man thing going on, and I need something else. Maybe knife related, dog related, Star Wars related, musical theater related. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below or on Twitterverse.